Welcome to WNKX, your home for Hickman County sports. The final week of the regular season begins tonight inside J.E. Cisco Memorial Gymnasium, and we've got district basketball between your Hickman County Lady Bulldogs and the Riverside Lady Panthers. I'm Josh Copley, joined as always by Ron Puckett. We are live tonight on YouTube, Facebook, or the Access Tennessee app, available on Roku. So, Ron, what are some things to watch going into this first ball game of the evening?
Well, one of the things tonight, Riverside has a dangerous shooting team. When they get hot, they can put up some points and put up some points pretty quickly. So I'm looking for Coach Gordon to kind of extend pressure out, to guard the three-point line, to try to push them off the line, make them take shots that they're not real comfortable with. They have one girl that's pretty good at penetrating, finishing around the rim. And the job tonight is going to be to run the shooters off the line and to make sure that, I can't think of her number right now, but make sure that that one girl doesn't get easy shots at the rim.
And looking at these two teams, so the Hickman County Lady Bulldogs enter in tonight at an impressive 18-5 record, still undefeated in the district. Now, they've gone through every team at least once, Lewis County twice, going back to last Friday. And really, these Lady Dogs have steamrolled every district opponent. Now, you can't let that overinflate your confidence or cause you to become lazy or expect every game's going to be handed to you on a silver platter, because this Riverside team enters in tonight over 500, 11-10, 3-1 in the district. Now, the last time these two teams met, these Lady Dogs won 75-52, but a very important game tonight. These Lady Dogs cannot afford to let slip through their fingers, because Riverside's right on their heels at a 3-1 district record.
Well, if you look at that game, Riverside scored 52 points in that game, and that's a pretty good. I mean, you score 50 to 60 points in a high school game, you're going to have a chance to win most times. That particular night, I think Haley Gordon hit 6 threes. Ava, I don't remember how many she had, but we had a very good shooting night that night. And so that was the difference in that game. If we have an average shooting night, they have a great shooting night. All of a sudden, everything evens up, and you're in a battle.
And let's talk a little bit about the last time we saw these Lady Dogs on the floor, and that was last Friday on the road at Lewis County, where they got a big road win, 79-27. And it was really in part to two ladies in particular. Ava Floyd had a tremendous 35-point night, racked up several rebounds and assists, really continued to make her case for Miss Basketball for 2A. But someone else that really made some noise was Carly Everett. Had her career high in points. She was hovering around 22, I believe. So speak a bit about Carly Everett and the strides she's made this year, including that game on Friday.
Well, Carly is one of the hardest workers that I've ever seen. Ever since saw her first start playing in 6th grade, the amount of work that she has put into becoming a good basketball player is just unbelievable. And I love watching her every game. It's like she gets better. She's hard-nosed. She's going to try hard. She wants to be good, and she is good. She's a good shooter. I was happy to see her. She kind of struggled some shooting from the floor games prior to that, so it was really good to see her put some points in the bucket. And the thing was, I think she only had 3 threes. I think a lot of the other points came from attacking the rim, mid-range jumpers, kind of a complete game rather than just a 3-point shooter game. But the other thing that really stood out to me was our defense. You know, to put it into perspective, Ava outscored Lewis County 35-27 in that game, and but the 27 points was just a total team effort on defense. The pressure that they put on Lewis County, they refused to give up easy shots. And that's the thing going into the tournament that we have to have from the girls and from the boys. What's going to win championships is the defense that you play.
And what's really been important for these Lady Dogs as well as the season winds to a close, it's how many of these young ladies have been able to get minutes on the floor in district games. Now, we saw on Friday in particular against Lewis County, pretty much every girl saw the floor. Now, it was still a complete team effort, and with that team effort, it does give you opportunities for those freshmen, for those sophomores to rack up more minutes. And the more experience you have in those games that you're going to be playing in the postseason, that cannot go overstated.
Well, you're going to need those young girls at some point in the postseason. There's always somebody's going to get in foul troubles. You know, there's going to be something that comes up. But what I've really liked seeing these last few games is when that younger group goes in, they're competing, if not outscoring the opponents that they're playing against. So, you know, that shows you that how much they're coming along and the growth that they've shown this year.
An exciting team, this Hickman County Lady Dogs squad, and they're looking to keep the good times rolling here at home. And Ron, it's hard to believe we're already on the final week of the regular season. Where is the time gone?
I'll tell you, life goes fast when basketball season starts. At least for me, it does. It seems like you start the season in November and you're like, oh, it's 3 months till the tournament, and then all of a sudden you blink and I'm facing down a senior night.
Absolutely, and all the more reason for these Lady Dogs to stay dialed in. It is a long season, but now we're into the games. You cannot afford any slip-ups. You got to stay focused and play a full 4 quarters of ball every time you're on the floor. And I'm sure that's what Coach Gordon has prepped his girls into doing here tonight and going forward. And we know a tall test awaits Coach Brian Reed and this Riverside team having to drive about an hour and a half on the road into a hostile environment to play a really good team. It's not easy by any stretch.
It's a nice little trek.
But these are the games that Riverside is going to have to win if they want to prove themselves to be a threat in the postseason as well.
And they've got a lot of young girls. I'm not sure how many seniors they have on their team, if they have any. So that's a challenge their coaches put forth to them.
So we're just a few moments away from tip-off. The national anthem coming your way as we step away on WNKX.
For tonight, JRTC color guard, the Hickman County Bulldog Battalion. Right guard is Cadet Corporal Ryan Gibbs. Presenting the national colors is Cadet Sergeant Abigail Hernandez. Presenting the Tennessee State colors is Cadet Lieutenant Jasmine Simmons. And the left guard is Cadet Staff Sergeant David Lawson. First, we will have invocation by Eli Johnson, and then a playing of our national anthem. Please bow. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the way we suffer with the lesson, Lord. Thank you for the players and coaches, fans, your Savior. Now I ask the Savior in return. Thank you for sending your Son, Jesus Christ, down on the cross for our sins. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
And that concludes our invitation and our anthem, which means only one thing. We've only got the starting lineups left until it's once again basketball time in Hickman County. And Ron, something important to note, today is the first time in 2 weeks these players have been back in school.
Well, I think that's going to help us out anytime you play a game. Of course, the girls didn't show it the other night, but the boys I thought did. Not having the routine of school really hurts. It just kind of sets a structure for the day. And so being in school, having that routine as a coach, I liked it. I hated those games where we didn't have it.
being in that normalcy is very important. And now here are your starting lineups. First for your Hickman County Lady Bulldogs, leading the pack is number 2, Carly Everett, followed by number 3, Haley Gordon, then number 20, Ava Floyd, followed by number 23, Bailey Kramer, and rounding it off is number 30, Zoe Chilton. And over on the Riverside side, their starting lineup is 00, Alyssa Pratt, number 11, Bentley Rogers, number 21, Ella Davis, number 24, Lila Overman, and number 34, Lauren Camper. It's going to be Kramer facing off with Davis on the HC logo to kick us off tonight. And away we go. Kramer tips it, and it's into the hands of the Lady Panthers. Top of the key. Bounce pass to Pratt. Oh, and she lost it. There's Ava Floyd down the left side. It's one-on-one. Left-hander doesn't fall. Kramer's putback is good. So a nice job there by Kramer to be aware that the shot wasn't going to fall. Great athleticism to get that putback.
Lady Dogs coming out with a lot of man-to-man pressure. Need to make sure we're not super aggressive and get in foul trouble.
Ball down in the corner, it's Pratt. Dribbles around Floyd. Kramer there to trap. Wide open, just shy of the free throw line. Kicks off the back iron, and there's Kramer on the board. Boone Everett juggles the pass, hangs with it and gives to Gordon. Chilton, corner three. Too long. And it's ran down by Overman. Trying to find an opening. Just outside the paint, Davis dribbles in, kicks it at the wing. Everett crashed hard, preventing the three-point attempt. Drives past Kramer and gets it to roll. That was Camper, knotting it up at 2. Gordon dribbles through, gives Everett. Oh, doesn't get the fall. And it's rebounded by Riverside. Camper might want to go all the way. She does, and banks it over the head of Carly Everett. And Floyd fires away. It's off the mark and rebounded. And Gordon got a hand on it and forces the turnover. Floyd tries again. This one also no good. Everett tips it, and Gordon runs it down. So we're seeing second and third chance opportunities for the Lady Dogs here early.
Three-point shots just aren't falling right now. That's a tough shot there.
It's
good
no
rebound
good.
by Zoe.
And Zoe Chilton falling away gets it to go. Pushing that pass down the floor. Camper again. She's fouled by Kramer and will take a trip to the free throw line. And Ron, early on, it seems like Lauren Camper, number 34, is the one Coach Reed is going to rely on to drive inside.
Well, she feels like she's got the matchup on Bailey, and Bailey's extending out, putting pressure. So their game plan is for her to pump fake, put the ball on the floor, and get by her. Bailey's going to have to give her a little bit more room, and instead of reaching, she's going to have to move her feet to stop her.
And Camper missed the first one short, but she makes the second. Hickman County wasting no time. It's Floyd inside the arc, has to dribble back out, fires a pinpoint pass to Kramer, who finishes the job at the basket.
Nice pass there by Ava.
Dribbling right, goes from wing to wing. Oh, an off-balance shot.
Oh, we bailed her out right there.
followed by a whistle, and that'll be a foul, resulting in free throws.
Had her doing exactly what we wanted, but we tried to reach in for the ball right there and bailed her out. I think Ava ended up with that foul.
And the first free throw attempted by Pratt is good, and Ava Floyd collects her first foul. Bailey Kramer collected her first as well. 2 team fouls for the Lady Dogs in this first quarter compared to Riverside's at none. We're tied up at 6 with just over 4.5 to play in the first quarter. Floyd, off-balance shot, rattles it home. And again, Riverside trying to match Hickman County's tempo. Rogers, deep ball, missed it. Rebounded by Chilton, lost the handle of it for a moment, but hangs with it. Now they're pushing it down the floor. Floyd pulls, right elbow, off the back rim, rebounded by Gordon. Floyd has it again, tries again, doesn't get the roll, but she does get a foul. That'll be 2 shots for the junior. So, Ron, these 2 teams flying all over the place so far early, trying to go tempo for tempo.
Well, Coach Gordon wants to go fast. He feels like they've got a smaller bench than we have, and so he feels like early on, if we're playing even, they're going to get tired and we're going to keep going.
That second free throw is good. Rogers wants to drive over Gordon and over the basket as well. When Floyd has it knocked from her, and there's Rogers down the floor. Camper, Floyd in pursuit, but it's going to be an easy 2 for Riverside. Chilton lets it fly, top of the key, and it's on the money.
That's a big shot right there because that's going to make them have to extend out and stop giving help on Ava inside.
There's a 3-ball attempted, and Riverside answers back. Was Alyssa Pratt, one of the several lethal shooters, and Zoe tries again, feeding the hot hand.
Bailey's going to pick up her second foul right there.
That's going to be an over-the-back foul called on Kramer. We've got some subs. Josie Hassel and Tinley Davis in for Everett and Kramer. Number 22, Bailey Collette, in as well for the Lady Panthers. Drives around Hassel, takes it to the rim for 2, and Riverside.
Riverside knows we're putting pressure, so they're just putting the ball on the floor and going by us.
And Ava lets it fly, and an easy 3. I think we're getting a taste of how the rest of this game might be. Back and forth we go. The shot by Rogers falls short. And there's Gordon. Camper in pursuit and a lot of contact.
That's actually a good job by Haley right there, just stopping right in front of her and drawing that foul.
With Camper's momentum, no way she was going to stop right there.
She was not going to stop there, nope.
Floyd at the right wing, goes to Gordon. She tries her hand with a 3, misses right. Nice rebound by Davis. Her putback is short. Well contested by Collette, and it's going the other way. There's Camper. Going with Floyd, and she lost it and saves it. Open look from 3. This one's good. That's Alyssa Pratt again.
She's the shooter we have to watch out for.
Hassel's open. Tries to touch it in, but it kicks off the back rim and rebounded by Camper. 16-15, Panthers lead, spinning through traffic, steps through, and takes it all the way. Pratt, a dual threat from beyond the three-point line as well as in the paint.
Again, they're really looking to attack us off the dribble. They feel like they can beat us off the dribble, and right now they are.
And Floyd tries another 3-ball. This one won't find it. There's Davis. Gives it up top to Camper. Drives inside over Chilton, high off the glass.
Rebound, no box outs.
There's an offensive board. Davis drives again. And she's got the and one. The basket will count. That was a smooth mid-range jumper there from Davis.
It was a tough finish right there because she got fouled.
And right now, these Lady Panthers up by 5, 20-15, a chance to add on. And on that missed free throw, they won't complete the three-point play. Everett wants to drive, steps through. Oh, doesn't get the roll. Loose ball back in the hands of Everett. Looking for help. Dishes to Floyd. I don't know how she got that ball in that window. Everett's putback no good. Goodness gracious. Nothing falling for the Lady Dogs on that offensive sequence. Davis wants to take it all the way. Misses short. It's a battle, and Davis has the board. And that has been one of Tinley's strengths all year long, coming down with those tough rebounds.
It's going to be an offensive foul on Ava right there. That's her second foul.
So not a great start by any means for these Lady Dogs, and that's going to force Ava Floyd to sub out. Back in is Zoe Chilton, but a timeout is called on the floor. So Riverside coming out swinging early, Ron.
Well, they've got a good game plan. They're attacking our pressure defense, and we're so focused on getting out and putting pressure on them that we're getting a bad angle, letting them put the ball on the floor, get biased. And once they're biased, we don't have the help side there to move over.
And in these last 53 seconds, these Lady Dogs already collecting 5 team fouls. So that means any fouls in this last minute of the first quarter will result in more Riverside free throws.
Yep. Yeah. And we've already given up 20 points. We haven't given up 20 points in a quarter for a while.
I want to put that in perspective. With 7 more points, Riverside already matches Lewis County's numbers from Friday, which is a testament to how Hickman County's been playing in the past, but also a testament to how Riverside's playing now.
Well, I mean, when you play teams that don't have good ball handlers, you can put pressure on and you can try to turn them over. And that's what we're trying to do, but Riverside's doing a really good job of protecting the ball. We're not getting steals right now, and we're giving up layups. They've hit 3 what I would call tough shots, 2 threes, and then that foul, the end one on the mid-range jumper. Everything else has been at the rim.
And it hasn't been a one-person show either. We've seen Davis, Camper, and Pratt all able to drive to the rim. So under 45 seconds to play in the first. Davis goes right. Hands to Rogers. Very dangerous three-point shooter. Davis spins through, looking for help. At the wing, high three. And it's missed, but that'll be a foul on Zoe Chilton.
Zoe.
And the ever so rare 3-point free throws.
Right now, I don't feel like we're playing super smart.
That first free throw's good. Pratt, money thus far, 2 for 2. And she makes all 3 with just under 30 seconds in the first. These Lady Dogs looking for some points and a bit of momentum as well. Chilton wants to dribble inside, takes it all the way, and the shot is no good, but she draws a whistle. And I feel like we say this every game, but free throws are important.
We got it, especially when you're down. That's a way for you to get back into a game with the clock moving. You know, we were down 8 points going into these 2 free throws, so both of them are important.
And Zoe Chilton makes the most of both of them. Under 15 seconds, Pratt, ball in hand, wants to take it herself, tries a left-handed scoop, rebounded by Everett. Down the right side, 5 seconds. Carly stops, right-handed scoop, and it goes. What a shot.
Nice shot right there. Good finish.
How about that, Carly Everett to end the first quarter? But we still got 3 left to play. Here from J.E. Cisco when we come back.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald family. Heritage Bank and Trust and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And welcome back to J.E. Cisco Memorial Gymnasium on WNKX. It's 23-19, Riverside over the Lady Dogs. And that was the first quarter where Riverside played the best basketball we've seen them play across 5 quarters of these two matchups.
That quarter went exactly the way they wanted to. They probably didn't want it to be as fast-paced as it was. But as far as scoring and their game plan attacking the rim, it worked out perfect for them.
Ball inside to Gordon. Tries a fadeaway, missed, rebounded by the Lady Panthers. There's Pratt again, wants to drive this one way over the basket. Into the hands of Haley Gordon. Everett wants to drive, and that's going to be an offensive foul, and of course, that's when the bucket falls.
Yeah, the Bulldogs, the Lady Dogs are being aggressive, but they're kind of just going straight into the defense.
Everett playing very close to Pratt. Some nice moves creating separation. Hands off to Davis, drives baseline, stuck under the basket. Nowhere to go. Wide open shot, the three kicks off the left of the rim. And it's corralled. Rogers a deep three. This one's good, nothing but net. And that was not an easy three by any means. That was a deep three-point attempt.
That was a good shot, and she was being challenged. Haley made a good run at her.
Everett fires the deep three, missed. And Davis called for the over the back. And this Hickman County team still without Ava Floyd, who collected her second foul in the first quarter.
And Bailey's on the bench also.
And that goes back to what we were talking about during the pregame. Who's going to step up in the absence?
And they're about to come in now.
As well as Rachel Puckett, it seems. Left-handed scoop, doesn't get the roll, and that'll be a whistle and a foul.
That looked like pretty good defense. I didn't see that. Called that on Tinley. It's her second foul.
So Hickman County already 3 team fouls in the second quarter. And we've been going for 1 minute and 20 seconds. The first free throw by Bentley Rogers is good. Floyd, Kramer, and Puckett back in for Hassel, Davis, and Gordon. And Puckett making her first appearance of the night. And Rogers gets both free throws. Floyd drives. Oh, she lost it. And it's recovered by the Lady Panthers. Kick to the corner. Now it's Davis at the wing. Screen by Camper. Davis goes behind the back, whether accidental or not. It had Zoe Chilton on the floor, but it's still boarded by Kramer. Floyd sees a lane, steps through, nice move. Can't finish, and Kramer just snatches it away. The putback doesn't roll. Floyd's got it again somehow, and she dribbles out, pulls from mid-range, and knocks down the 2. That was some great effort underneath by Floyd and Kramer. Long 2, missed, and Chilton runs it down. There's Puckett. Puckett might want to drive. Falling away, the and one. How about the aggressiveness from the freshman?
I like the move. She had 2 options there. She could attack. I think she kind of thought they were going to cheat toward Carly because Carly was open for the 3, and they didn't.
But Puckett with a chance at 3 points of her own. And she's got it. And right there, Ron, I think we're getting a glimpse at the player that Rachel Puckett can be. Of course, there's that process of adjusting the high school ball, calming the nerves every time you're on the floor. And if she can do that consistently, and Floyd blocks the three, but Rogers gets it back into the corner. Pratt misses short. Another offensive board. When Pratt lost it a little bit. Dribbles in hard, blocked by Kramer. Does Puckett try it again? This time she dishes to Floyd. Ava from the free throw stripe. Oh, it's teetering and doesn't roll. Loose ball into the hands of Riverside. Overshoots Camper. Walks a tightrope and saves it.
She barely stayed in, about an inch.
And a bullet pass to the corner. Airballs the three. Puckett might have a one-on-one. Inside, steps through. And an offensive foul as she stepped left into.
I'm going to disagree with that because when she stepped left, the defensive player slid left.
And I believe that was Lila Overman that took the fall, and she was slow getting up. And when you're hitting a hardwood floor, Ron, whiplash,
That
so
hurts.
dangerous.
That hurts.
She seems to be all right. She'll stay on the floor. 4.5 minutes to play in the first half. 28-24, Riverside ahead by 4. Camper wants to drive, stripped away by Kramer. There goes Floyd. Wants to take it herself, a scoop, and she's fouled. That'll be 2 shots.
I'd like to see us dish a little bit right now. Right now we're attacking the rim and we're taking some really tough shots when we have somebody open for a three.
And Ava's got the first free throw, and that's been something we've noticed a lot this season about Ava Floyd specifically. Whenever Hickman County starts falling behind, when they're trying to gather momentum, she seems to force a lot more than normal. Rogers pulls, spins out, and gives out. Davis looking for a lane, goes right to Pratt. Ava knocks it loose. It's a foot race for the ball, and Ava gets tripped up and she's down. It's going to be Hickman County ball, and props to young Alyssa Pratt for offering to help up Floyd.
Good hustle right there. Lady Dogs were down by 9 earlier, one of their biggest deficits in the last several weeks. And they've been able to fight back to a 2-point game, 1-possession game now.
So a big possession here, Ava.
It's going to be an illegal screen.
And Kramer just looking over to Coach Gordon, asking what went wrong, and a big break there for Riverside. And again, that's going to force Kramer out. Back in is Hassel. 3 fouls in the first half.
Coach Gordon's upset because it's happening on their end too, and there's no call.
So Coach Gordon probably going to keep a very keen eye out for any other occurrences. Pratt battling Everett. And she's...
That's what I said. If they're going to call charges like that, when they sweep you, they've got to call that.
So that foul's going to go against Pratt, trying to get separation from Carly Everett.
I don't know if I like some of the cheap fouls that are being called tonight because it's going to put some good players in foul trouble at the end of the game.
And Floyd tries from the left wing. Misses short. Rebounded by Camper. Inside to Camper. Dishes. Rogers drives and banks it off the glass. Floyd, mid-range 2. It's good. Still a 2-point game, 30-28. Riverside ahead. Under 3 minutes to play in the first half. Fires looking for a back cut. The pass is too tall, out of bounds.
Cutter kind of hesitated and made that pass hard.
Everett, who loses it a little bit.
A lot of our offense is dribbling right now.
Fires
There's
a
good
bullet
cut.
to Gordon on the cut. Doesn't get the fall, but she's fouled.
I think Riverside had gotten used to us kind of just dribbling and going one-on-one there because that cut surprised them. Good cut by Haley, good pass by Carly.
Well, and right there, we see Haley's explosiveness as well. Very athletic, very fast.
We need more of that. We need Haley to hit one of these free throws. See the ball going in. She's kind of hadn't had confidence in her shot the last few games. There we go.
So it'll be Haley's first point tonight. Brings the Lady Dogs within one. Spins through, nice move. Too tall, swatted out of bounds by Rogers. And they're gonna say it stays with Riverside.
Carly probably hit that last.
It's always tough to tell. I don't envy the officials at all. Bounce pass inside to Davis. Spins through the paint. Blocked by Chilton.
That should have been a walk. Pivot foot, lifted up, other foot touched.
Camper wants to drive. Gathers. Deep three. Well short. And Everett wisely lets it bounce out.
And it kind of looks like Riverside's getting just a little bit tired right now. Some of their shots are ending up short.
As good as that first quarter was, that's why you play four. That's what makes these Lady Dogs so dangerous, is that gas tank. Floyd drives, pulls from the free throw stripe, and this one finally falls after a lot of shots just
rolling off the rim.
Yep. So Hickman County, after what feels like forever, back in front, 31-30. Inside, takes it, gets stuffed by the rim. That's going to roll out of bounds. Another Bulldog offensive possession, and back in is Rachel Puckett.
Probably a smart move there by Coach Gordon. Ava kind of got fortunate right there because she played good defense. She had her hands straight up, but the referee might have called that.
Everett goes right to Hassel. Now Chilton in the corner. Gordon goes left, looking for help. Everett, deep three. Rolls off. Puckett tips it. It's rolling around, and Riverside's got it. 60 seconds to play in the first half. Open. Davis. Left-handed shot is good. Riverside back in front.
She just outran Josie down the floor that time.
Puckett drives. Nice kick. Zoe
Oh
has
my
it
goodness.
blocked.
I heard the slap from here.
They
He said
dribble it
that
back
was all
out.
ball, and I heard it from here.
Everett looking. Drives. Contested shot doesn't go. And Hassel trying to get the rebound, but inadvertently knocks it out of bounds. Under 30 seconds to play. Riverside looking to tack onto their lead. Everett staying right there with Pratt. Up top, Camper wants to drive. She's dangerous when she does this. And again, what looked like a pretty clean block by Hassel called a foul.
We've got to realize number 34 is just going to attack the rim. We've got to drop off her when she gets it, give her about 4 feet, try to get on her shoulder.
And Camper makes the first one. Davis subbing out for Riverside. Bailey Spain, number 45 in the game. Camper goes 2 for 2. Hickman County's got 10 seconds to make something happen. Everett drives, pulls from the free throw line. She knocks down the 2. That ball goes out of bounds. And that will end the first half. Here from J.E. Cisco, your score, Riverside 34, Hickman County 33. We got a ball game here on WNKX. Second half on the way when we return.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville, McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family, Heritage Bank and Trust, and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And we've got just over a minute and a half until we resume with basketball here from J.E. Cisco. Ron, it's a pretty tight game we've got on our hands. Riverside leads by 134-33.
It's a fun game to watch. It's up and down. Both teams are scoring points right now. So we're looking forward to seeing how this fourth quarter rolls out.
So what are some things you got from that first half that Hickman County, specifically Coach Gordon, needs to adjust or things they need to keep doing the same of?
Well, we've got to do a better job of stopping dribble penetration. We're closing out so hard, trying to put so much pressure on the ball at 25, 30 feet that they're just basically grabbing the ball, taking a dribble and going by us. And while we're going one way, they're going the other way. And if you know how momentum goes, once you start going one way, you don't normally stop very quick, and that's what we're doing. We're kind of over closing out. We're going out too far, too fast, and giving up lanes to the rim.
And in that first half, we also saw an abundance of fouls. So that's something that these Lady Dogs are going to have to control in this second half, but still try to play their game without letting it impact them too much.
Well, and that's something that kind of goes with that because, when you're playing defense and your defender, your player is going around you, it's just second nature to reach out, grab, try to bump a little bit, try to get that advantage back. And so we've got to do a better job of playing defense without fouling. Right now we've got Bailey Kramer with 3. We've got Tinley Davis with 2. Ava Floyd has 2.
And we are back in business from Hickman County High School with the second half. There's Camper again, wants to drive. And she starts Riverside off hot with a bucket, doing what she's been doing most of the game, and that's taking it right to the rim.
See, that's what she's going to do. We've got to move our feet.
There's Everett, deep 3, kicks off the back rim, and Everett runs it down. O was looking for Gordon, forced it, wasn't really much of a window, and there's Rogers. Takes it all the way home. So a 4-0 run to start the third quarter for the Lady Panthers. Ava tries to answer. She knocks down the 2.
So Riverside's first 4 points have come off drives to the rim, layups. We've got to do better than that.
Camper goes around Kramer and blocks it. And Kramer was swatting down, perhaps lucky she didn't get the call. And Floyd dishes to Gordon. Can't finish at the rim. Davis fires right to the hands of Pratt, falling away. Doesn't get the roll, and Kramer tips it out to Gordon. Gordon gives to Kramer, steps through traffic. Doesn't get it to fall.
Had a flurry coming out, and it's kind of died down.
Pratt dunks it inside. Davis
on
lost
the floor,
it.
Get it.
That's going to be a jump ball. So our first jump ball of the game is in the third quarter.
Wow, that's got to be a record.
Impressive.
Coach Gordon not happy right now. Loose ball on the floor right there, and we just kind of stared at it for 2 or 3 seconds before Zoe decided to jump on it.
And those are the plays that you don't need skill to do. It just requires effort, and that's what coaches want to see, if nothing else. And that's a little bit of effort and a little bit of hustle. So I'm sure Coach Gordon addressing that right now in the huddle. And, I want to say on Friday against Lewis County, there also wasn't the jump ball in the girls' game until the third quarter. So maybe we're seeing a changing of the guard here at the end of the season.
Yeah, it seemed like it was the second or the third. I don't remember. But it was a lot later than normal.
I'm disappointed in myself for not remembering. The possession arrow will favor Riverside out of the timeout. And Davis pulls. And we had a stoppage. So now they switch the arrow.
Well, actually, there was not a jump ball there because he called a timeout.
Oh, okay.
So we still haven't had our first jump ball yet.
And Rogers fires from 3. Davis knocks it out of the hands of Kramer. It looked like Bailey had a surefire rebound, but a nice hustle play.
Knocked it out.
Nice hustle play. Floyd inside to Kramer. She pulls long 2. high off the back rim. And Davis secures the board. They're trying to push it up to Rogers, and lucky that ball didn't go out of bounds. Rogers drives all the way. Something of a reverse layup doesn't go, and there goes Chilton. Zoe takes it herself. Left-handed shot is missed, but Floyd using sheer power of will to get the rebound. Everett tries for two, and finally one falls. Lady Dogs still trail by 3. Camper wants to go over Kramer, and that'll be another foul on Bailey.
It's going to be her 4th.
And really fortunate they didn't get the call earlier in this quarter when she swatted downwards, got the block shot. It'll be Camper.
Need some really good minutes from Josie Hassel.
Probably won't see Kramer until the 4th quarter, perhaps. And Camper makes both of them. Floyd pulls. Riverside got a hand on it. It's being tipped. And there's Davis. Finds Rogers. Bounce pass. I believe a Lady Dog might have got a hand on it.
Ava got a hand on it. Saved a layup.
Now looking for a defensive hold. Rogers wants to drive through traffic. Layup is well short, but punched out. Davis with a save. And Camper runs it down. Blocked by Chilton. So after the chaos, Hickman County's got it, and Gordon perhaps got away with a walk. Chilton steps in wide open two, doesn't fall, and Floyd gets the offensive rebound. Ava fires the ball inside to Zoe. Zoe goes up, and she's fouled, and will head to the line. A lot of contact.
So what I'm seeing right now is a Riverside team that really wants to win this game. If you look at every loose ball right now, you'll see 3 or 4 blue jerseys diving for it. And a lot of times you'll see a white jersey standing there watching the ball.
That first free throw is good from Chilton. And it's back to a one-possession game as it rolls off the front of the rim. Rogers gives to Davis, well covered by Chilton. Open look, Rogers, not someone you want to leave open. And a rare miss there, rebounded by Zoe Chilton. And Chilton guarded by Davis. Finds Gordon from 3. Rolls off the rim, and Ava Floyd's got the board. Floyd wants to drive. Steps through. Rebounded by Chilton. Ripped away. Still loose, and Everett's got it. There's Hassel. She wants to drive.
Did he call an offensive foul?
Either an offensive foul. I thought it was out of bounds.
That's horrible.
And that is going to be Josie Hassel.
The girl was trying to tap the ball from behind, and that's a bad call. That's a bad call.
And Coach Gordon just wanting something of an explanation.
That's a bad call.
So Riverside will take over. Gordon crashed quickly on Pratt. Pratt drives. Wants to go all the way, and that'll be a walk. If we saw a defensive foul call, we might have seen Coach Gordon come unglued.
He probably would not have been happy right there.
Hickman County just needing to take advantage at some point. Haven't been shooting all that well tonight. Floyd wants to drive, and a quick foul. But that foul does take a 2-point bucket off the board that Ava would have had. So Riverside will probably take that one. Here's an open Hassel. Back to Floyd. Ava tries a three. Misses short. Pratt got a hand on it. Maybe some contact. Wide open look. And she misses it long. Rebounded by Floyd. Had Gordon open for a moment. Just didn't see her in time. A bullet to Hassel. Knocked away by Camper. Everett. Oh, a high pass. Nice hops by Gordon. Floyd cuts. Has it knocked loose. And it's a fight. And a jump ball. Zoe Chilton back in the game for Tinley Davis.
A lot of contact right there that Ava's just not getting. The official under the goals just kind of staring at it.
And a timeout called by Coach Reed.
So this is not a bad game for our girls right now. You were talking about how most of our district games have been blowouts. So to go through a little adversity right now, have to fight through some bad calls, have to fight through some shots not going in, it's good for us. It'll help us in the tournament.
Well, and usually teams that don't have to endure adversity, the first time they get in the postseason, there's that bit of shell shock when a team comes out and really gives you a run for your money. So, to your point, a lot to be learned here from this game.
We need a couple of hard-fought battles this week to get us ready for next week.
The last two games of the season will be district games, of course, tonight against Riverside, and then on Friday at home against East. And Zoe Chilton takes it up, missed, and that'll stay with Hickman County. Fires to Zoe Chilton, takes it up. Tries again, no good. Being batted around. That'll be Bulldog ball, so some nice effort applying pressure. That's going to go out on a blue jersey.
Zoe's just got to go up and finish that. She's expecting contact and not getting any right there.
Pass to Gordon. Gives out to Everett. Thought about a three ball. Fires to Hassel. She takes it to the rim. Missed. It's being tipped. Hassel's got it again. Floats it out to Gordon. Now to Everett.
Seconds. Yep. He called 3 seconds.
I believe the first 3-second call of this one. We have been deadlocked at 42-39 for a couple of minutes now. Inside to Camper again. Going back to their bread and butter, and a foul called on the Lady Dogs. It's going to be the second foul called on Chilton. And Camper knocks down the first free throw. And she goes 2 for 2. Riverside has been efficient tonight from the free throw line. Floyd dribbles. Dishes to Zoe Chilton. What a pass.
Nice pass right there.
And a great finish and a timeout by Coach Gordon. Now, Ron, right there, you reckon that was a pass all the way?
Well, she was going to read it coming off. When they stepped up, there's a little ball screen. Then Zoe was rolling on the backside. If nobody stepped up, Ava's taking that to the rim. But she made the right decision there. Too many times tonight we've had girls in that situation where we're forcing up a shot over maybe two girls or 3 girls. And I like that extra pass. That creates open shots.
Good vision and good on-floor IQ from Ava Floyd, and a great finish by Zoe Chilton. Got a 3-point ball game with just over a minute and a half left in the third quarter. Hickman County looking to string together some defensive stops. Rogers drives, hands left to Davis. Davis picks up her dribble, gives the corner. Knocked out by Puckett. Davis hangs with it, goes baseline. Zoe Chilton there to cut her off. Great pass to Camper, but she can't finish. And Puckett spins out of danger. Everett pulls, long two, misses short. Puckett with the board, takes it herself, and she's fouled. That should be 2 shots. So under a minute left in the third quarter, and Rachel Puckett, the freshman, some big free throws on the way here when points have been at a premium. Puckett's got the first. That was the 3rd foul of the night called on number 00, Alyssa Pratt. And Puckett's got them both. So it should be 44-43. The scoreboard says 44-42. There we go, and they fix it. The Dogs trail by 1, and Gordon jumps the pass, trying to go corner to corner. 30 seconds in the third left. Everett drives. The shot is well short, tipped, and there's Haley Gordon comes out with it. Floyd dribbling out some clock, 15 seconds. Floyd pulls, doesn't fall. Under 10 seconds. And when Chilton tried to force a jump there, 3 seconds. Puts up a prayer, well short, into the hands of Ava Floyd. And that brings the third quarter to an end. Your score, Riverside 44, Hickman 43. 8 minutes to go to decide a winner when we come back.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust, and 3 Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And we've got one more quarter to play from inside J.E. Cisco, and we have got a good one on tap.
That third quarter became a deadlock battle. 10-10 became a defensive struggle. Lots of shots that in the first half went in, didn't go in.
The Riverside to start us off. Davis waiting for help. That's going to be 5 seconds. A defensive turnover forced.
I'm going to say he's consistent. He's got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 count. On the 3 second, it was a 1, 2, 3. It's fast. It's fast.
So for better or worse, the Lady Dogs have been victims and the beneficiaries. Hickman County with a chance to take the lead here on this possession.
It's working.
Gives
Get a good
Everett,
shot.
deep 3, misses short. They're pushing it down the floor. Rogers, guarded by Gordon.
Good challenge by Haley.
Left-handed scoop is no good.
Made that layup really hard.
Here comes Everett stepping through, and it falls. Hickman County in front. Oh, and Riverside almost a little cart before the horse, but Rogers notices in the brink of disaster. Rogers puts it up, and it's good. Hickman County just keeping their hands straight up, not wanting any fouls there.
Well, we got to keep our hands straight up, but we got to move our feet. They're sending doubles at Ava now. We're going to have to move the ball around.
Oh, and Zoe has it knocked loose. And it's a turnover. Camper drives. Rachel Puckett, a great contest right there. Davis spins through, fires to the left corner. Rogers wants to drive, and it goes. Floyd down the floor in a hurry. Gives, Puckett, ball fake. Goes to Chilton, wide open three, needs this one, and she's got this one.
Nice.
And a
Good
timeout
offense,
call.
and we're tied up again.
Man, this is going to be a thrilling finish. I cannot wait to see how these 6 minutes, 24 seconds play out.
Should be fun, should be fun. Lady Dogs are doing a good job right now. Bailey Kramer, of course, has been on the bench for several minutes with that fourth foul. But they're just kind of steadily crawling back, holding their own. If they could get a couple more threes to fall, go on a little 5-7 point run, that could mean the difference. Really, whichever team can do that, that could mean the difference right now.
And both teams capable of snatching momentum just like that. But who will it be? Oh, Pratt has it knocked loose. Floyd dives for it. And Gordon knocks it out of bounds. Pratt desperately looking for Rogers down the left side.
Haley almost had that.
Hickman County trying to keep the pressure on, forcing Riverside into some mistakes. Inside, Camper guarded by Chilton.
That's
A lot of shuffling of the feet, no call, gives it off. Teeters and falls.
one of those balls that rolled in for him.
Floyd steps through, scoop shot, and it misses way off the mark. Now the Lady Panthers a chance to take a two-possession lead. Inside to Davis, backing down Chilton. Steps through, puts it up and over, missed it. It's being tipped around. Gordon saves it right to Ava Floyd. There goes Ava. Pump fakes the pass, takes it for two. And a walk called on Riverside. Ella Davis, the guilty party.
I've noticed she does that. They haven't called it tonight. Of course, they're always going to call it at one of the biggest moments. So
The excitement, the adrenaline.
she kind of shuffles that one foot and then steps with the other foot.
Zoe has it blocked by Davis.
Ooh. Well, I'm glad Riverside was tired there because that ball bounced for about 3 seconds right there on the line. They could have gone and got it.
Both teams were just as interested to see who it went off on. Floyd dribbles in. Floater won't go. But look at Rachel Puckett running it down and forcing a jump. And the possession arrow will favor Hickman County. The freshman making her mark in this one. Inside, Everett is fouled and will head to the line.
Riverside late getting back on defense right there. So Carly's going to get 2 at the line here to give us the lead.
Everett is good for the first. That foul was called on number 24, Lila Overman, her first tonight. Rogers wants to drive, hands to Overman. Up top to Davis. Davis sees a lane, wants to go. Is cut off quickly, and a walk. A great trap there by Chilton and Everett.
She got away with the shuffle at the top of the key there.
Hickman County looking to widen the lead. Everett dribbles in, has it ripped away by Camper. Gives left, Pratt wants to go all the way,
nice block.
but Ava Floyd hawks
Nice
it down.
block. Lady Dogs are going to have to move the ball a little bit. They're bringing double teams at Ava and Carly, and somebody else is going to be wide open.
Pratt in the corner. Inside, Floyd got a hand on it and takes it away.
Ava with 2 great defensive plays here.
Tried to keep her dribble alive, but picks it up. Forces it to Gordon. Rogers jumps it, deflects it out of bounds. So with 4 minutes and 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter, Bailey Kramer back in the game for Rachel Puckett. When Davis almost jumped it inside to Kramer.
That's got to be a
ripped.
foul.
Kramer fighting. Oh, doesn't get the and one, but she does get the whistle. And Carly Everett wide open behind the line. Kramer just too busy fighting off three Riverside players.
That was good for Bailey to stay with it right there. I felt like she got fouled on the first one.
That foul goes against number 34. That'll be Lauren Camper. And Kramer makes it a 3-point game. This free throw a chance to make it a 2-possession lead. That second one rattles off. I don't recall the last time Hickman County had a 2-possession lead in this one, if ever.
I don't know if they have.
And Gordon jumps the pass, takes it away, down to Floyd. It's a foot race. Davis in pursuit with a block. Riverside the other way.
Here.
Camper puts it up for two. And Hickman County again pushing the envelope, trying to answer back in a hurry.
I mean, that's got to be a foul.
Floyd is fouled, finally.
I mean, she fouled her 3 times before he called it. That's her 4th foul, so I'd keep attacking.
And Pratt, of course, one of the main ball handlers on this team. Losing her would be detrimental. Going to need to be very careful on this last 3.5.
I would attack her. So Riverside's trying to put pressure outside
Everett
now.
Three.
Big,
Yes, ma'am, it's good.
Big shot right there.
Riverside now. Pratt trying to answer. And Kramer, a stone wall.
Lady Dogs have made several defensive plays, some block shots, some tipped balls, some steals.
Camper drives.
Oh,
Kramer blocks it.
She kept space that time. That's the way to guard it.
Under 3 minutes to play. Dogs up by 4. Gordon had a look but juggled the pass. Everett tries again. How about it?
Carly with 2 big threes.
Carly Everett rolling in the fourth quarter. Rogers tries. It kicks off the rim. Rebounded by Gordon. Everett tries again. Oh, just short. Tipped out. Rebounded by Camper.
It's going to be Bailey's 5th foul.
That's going to be one you
man.
didn't really need to have.
Well, Carly's got to understand with a 7-point lead, you don't want to take a quick 3 like that. I know she's feeling it. Rim looks big to her right there, but the clock is our friend right now.
And that will end Bailey Kramer's evening as she leaves to a round of applause from this hometown crowd. But with 2.5, plenty of time left. Riverside down by 7, needing some threes. That one's no good, and there's the freshman Rachel Puckett on the board.
So we need to give the ball to Ava, attack the rim right here. They're trying to double out. There we go.
Floyd drives, wants to take it.
Got to hit those.
Camper on the board. Overman hawks it down. And Floyd hits the floor, looking for a call there. Rogers tries from 3, and she sinks it. 4-point game. And there's a turnover.
She's on the line.
And falling out of bounds, that's going to be Bulldog ball. And a timeout called by Coach Gordon. And Ron, I believe the Riverside section wanted a call of some sort there, but truthfully, they've gotten some pretty generous ones tonight.
Well, if they're not going to call what they're not calling on this end, because they're being very physical, aggressive, trying to trap, bump, back. They're doing a lot of back slapping where they're hitting our arms as we're dribbling through. They're not calling that. You can't call that one down in the corner.
I think all anyone can ask for is A 50-50 right down the middle officiated game.
Yep.
And this is going to be a very long minute and 41 seconds with 4 points separating the two teams. And for one of the first times tonight, I can say it's the Lady Dogs up in this one.
Well, if the Lady Dogs will be smart, we can pass out of this double team, make 2 quick passes, and possibly have some open layups to kind of dice this. They're trying to trap us now. They're coming out full court man-to-man here, but in the half court, they're going to send traps.
And try to force a turnover. There's Evra. Dwindling the clock. Out to Floyd. And a foul. And that was their final foul before it starts turning into free throws.
From here on out, we're shooting free throws.
That'll be the third foul called against Bentley Rogers. Riverside going to do a little bit of poking here, going to try to force a turnover without drawing a foul. We're under a minute to go in J.E. Cisco. And a foul. That's going to send Ava Floyd to the line.
These 2 free throws are big because it makes it a 2-possession game where the only way they can tie is by hitting 2 threes.
The first one is
Bam.
good. He's got them both. So now it's on the shoulders of these Lady Panthers shooters. A good 3-point shooting team.
Haley almost jumped that for a steal.
45 seconds. Gibbs.
Making them use up time here. Good defense. It's taking a long time to get a shot.
Pratt drives, takes it for 2. And a timeout called by Coach Reed.
Probably didn't want to give up a layup, though, but that's kind of the difference when you don't have Kramer in the middle there.
Now, I heard a few moments ago from that Hickman County bench, we heard Coach Gordon yell, no threes, no threes. And that was, like you said, I mean, it was a 2-possession game with threes, but if you're only making 2s, you got 3 possessions.
It's a 3-possession game. And you got to think, if you can make them take 10 or 15 seconds every shot, then it becomes different. If you hit free throws, it's a totally, again, if we hit a free throw, 2 free throws here, it takes 2 threes to tie it up. First thing is, though, we have to get the ball in. There's some younger girls in on defense right now who haven't been in to protect the 2 girls with 4 fouls, though. Got to be strong.
Everett
Gonna
gets
let us use up some clock.
to Chilton. And Coach Reed yelling the foul, and Everett takes an easy left-handed layup wide open under the bucket.
Again, no threes, no fouls.
Rogers, 3, missed. And that shot is blocked. Puckett secures it. And the Lady Dogs survive. 63-57. Hickman County wins a war in this district game, toppling Riverside. And now we can collectively exhale.
That was a great game. That was exactly what our Lady Dogs needed. Even though it was a close game, you didn't know if you were going to win or not. But I'm telling you, when you come down for these tournament games, every game is going to be a battle just like that. And you've got to know how to respond. You've got to know how to step up, make the plays. The big thing I noticed in the last 4 minutes of that game was the Lady Dogs stepped up on defense. They got steals, they got blocks, they got stops, and they got rebounds. And that was what secured the win in the last 4 minutes of the game.
And before we step away, let's just finish breaking down this game before we take a little break. I mean, Carly Everett, what a second half she had.
By my unofficial stats, I've got her with 18. And, of course, she had 2 huge threes that kind of broke open the game there where you know, it was a 0-1 point game, something like that. So, you know, that was absolutely huge. Another person that played huge tonight was Rachel Puckett. Bailey Kramer was in foul trouble. Rachel's played more minutes tonight than she's probably played in the last 4 or 5 games. And, you know, she held her own defensively. She got rebounds. She got blocked shots. She hit free throws. Of course, Ava Floyd, her normal game, she had 20 points, kind of held down in the second half, only scored 6 in the second as Riverside was sending traps at her almost every time she touched the ball, and it got really physical. Bailey Kramer with 5 points. Of course, she was in foul trouble all night long, but she's got some big blocks, some big points early on. Zoe Chilton played a very solid game. 7 points in the first. Looks like she had 7 points in the second. So you're looking at 14 points. So Lady Dogs with 3 girls in double digits at 20, Ava with 20, Carly with 18, Zoe with 14. So just a very solid team win right there.
And we're looking forward to hearing from Coach Gordon at the half of the boys' game. And once again, congratulations to your Hickman County Lady Dogs. They improved to 19-5, still a perfect 5-0 in district play. Looking to round that off on Friday as they take on East Hickman at home. Meanwhile, Riverside falls to 11-11, 3-2 in district play.
That game right there should have clinched, or it did clinch, the number 1 seed for the Lady Dogs in the upcoming tournament. Riverside would have needed to beat us tonight, and I think would have needed for, well, actually, I think they beat East. I'm not 100% certain, but we're a solid number 1 now.
And that's all that matters. A great season for these Hickman County Lady Dogs up to this point, looking to keep it going. But we still got one more game to be played from J.E. Cisco on WNKX. Ron and I will step away for a few moments. But when we come back, it's the boys' game, Riverside versus Hickman. You won't want to miss it. And welcome back to WNKX. We are just under 3 minutes from tip-off of the boys' game between the Dogs and the Panthers. And before we get going with our pre-game breakdown, I want to give a very special thank you to Kendall Schote, who was our producer for last game. Of course, a member of Matthew Dotson's AV class at Hickman County High School. And another very special thank you to our producer for this game. You know him, you love him, John Michael Lewis. Future Columbia State baseball player as well. Congratulations, John Michael. And we're excited for this game, Ron. We know it's big. We talked about this for the girls' game, and it applies just as much to the boys' game, especially since these Dogs are coming off of a brutal loss at the hands of Lewis County on Friday. And we sure are looking forward to it. If you're just now joining us, I'm Josh Copley, joined by Ron Puckett. We thank you for watching us on WNKX, where you can find Hickman County sports on the air, whether it be through Facebook, YouTube, or the Access Tennessee app, available on Roku devices. And the team's now starting to clear the floor, and we're about to have the introduction of the starting lineups. I also want to say it's been big for Hickman County schools. Their first day back in 2 weeks was today, which definitely helps in getting back into a routine. And also, there was a new superintendent selected for Hickman County schools as of yesterday that I'm aware of, and it was Marcy Tidwell that won the election, if you weren't aware of that. So we'll be cheering her on, hoping she does her very best for Hickman County schools. Now we look over at the Riverside starting five. It's number 5, Jack Couples. Number 12, Landon Vaughn. Number 14, Aiden Lunsford. Number 33, Colt Brooks. And number 34, Jace England. And Ron, a player to watch, of course, number 5, Jack Couples, a very talented young man.
Jack Couples is their main scorer, but they've got a couple of other players that can also score.
Well, we saw number 33, Colt Brooks. He was shooting lights out when Hickman County was in Decatur the last time these two teams met, so certainly number 33, a man to watch as well.
Joining the lineup tonight is the starting lineup is Brody Worley, which this is a lineup that the Bulldogs have played with quite a bit this year, so that's nothing new. They're just not going to be quite as deep as they're used to being.
So definitely some more adversity, if you want to call it that, for the Hickman County Bulldogs, but as we know, a very talented group of guys all around. I know Coach Dawson can trust whoever needs to go out there on the floor and make plays. And it's going to be Qualls and Couples face-to-face, the logo for the game's opening tip. And here we go. Qualls wins the tip. And it'll be Braden Brown with the ball in his hands. Floats it inside to Qualls, out to Puckett. Quick swing, McDonald tries from 3, and he buries it to start us off.
It's good to see one of those go down early for the Dogs. They've been struggling shooting. Riverside in a man-to-man.
Give to Brooks. Brooks drives on Worley. Gives top of the key, 3 on the way. Rolls off, McDonald with the rebound. The shot attempted by Landon Vaughn. Will step back 3. That one just misses, looks pretty good from here. There's Brooks. Gives right to Lunsford. Inside, Brooks again. Over Worley. Doesn't get it to roll. And Brody with the board. There's McDonald flying down the floor. He might want to take it himself off the glass. Doesn't get the roll. Rebounded by Jace England. Here comes Couples. Worley trying to knock it loose. A lot of contact. They're going to let him play.
Brooks got to get back and find his guy.
Tried to give out to England. McDonald got a hand on it. It's tipped to Battle. Brooks stays with it. Left-handed layup. Rolls off the other side of the rim.
Worley's going to pick up that foul.
That's going to send Colt Brooks to the line to try to get Riverside on the board.
Dogs kind of gambled on a couple of passes there, put us into a help side rotation, which is always a weakness. You're always going to be at a disadvantage there.
And Brooks has the first free throw. And he's got them both. Brown wants to drive, has to give out to McDonald. Now some quick swings. Worley tries from 3. It's on the money. So Brody Worley and Will McDonald. A 3 for each. 6-2, Dogs up early. Just under 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. England inside, working on McDonald. Will got a hand on it and denies the shot. Qualls goes behind the back, some nifty moves. Tries to take it all the way. But has it jarred out of his hands, out of bounds. That's going to stay with the Dogs. Floats it, one-handed snag by Qualls. Brown has a lane, takes it himself. Nice touch from BB. Lunsford, guarded by Worley. Passes out to Brooks. Brooks spins through. And he gets it to go. And that was a well-contested ball there.
That was a tough shot there
by Brown. McDonald has a wide-open lane. The easiest layup he might have tonight.
One move, no help right there.
10-4. Hickman County ahead by 6. There's Couples looking for his first points tonight. Couples goes baseline.
Stepped out of bounds.
So some tough defense on the baseline, and nets the Bulldogs a possession.
Bulldogs playing pretty good gap defense right now where Couples doesn't have any gaps to penetrate through.
High post to Qualls, hands to McDonald. Will tries from 3. Misses just left. Brody Worley tried to get that rebound, maybe overcommitted
good hustle
slightly.
by Brody right there.
Vaughn drives, kicks, Couples from 3. He's on the board. Brown has the lane, steps through, layup, good. And the timeout is called by Coach Sinclair. So, Ron, a pretty hot start for these Dogs, not just shooting the 3, but they've been able to drive to the rim with relative ease so far.
Right now, Riverside's playing an aggressive man-to-man with not a lot of help side. So, you know, they're trying to get out. They're trying to guard the shooters. But when that happens, you can make a move. You can attack the rim. They're kind of guarding us, probably not quite as aggressively, but the way we were guarding our girls, we're guarding Riverside, trying to get out in the lanes. And you're gonna have lanes to attack the rim if you'll do so.
Both teams out of the timeout. And it's going to be Aiden Lunsford bringing it up the floor for the Panthers. Couples, double teamed. Goes to the corner. England. Fires a bullet inside the Couples. Qualls crashes. Couples reverse layup is short.
Good recovery there by Dylan. He was beat on the initial cut, but got back and challenged the shot.
Worley pump fake, drives. Goes to the corner, it's McDonald. Will goes baseline.
Call 3 seconds on Brody. I don't think I've seen a single 3-second call all year long, and tonight we've had 2.
It's the first time for everything, I suppose. Lunsford goes to Couples. Couples pulls off balance. Mitty misses, rebounded by Worley. McDonald in the corner, guarded closely by Couples. Quickly to Qualls, high post.
There you go.
Dylan drives on England.
Good step through.
Steps through. What a move by Qualls. Vaughn. Guarded closely by Puckett. Goes to Couples. Baseline. Spins over McDonald. And a foul. I believe McDonald disagrees, but that'll send Couples to the line all the same. It'll be the first foul called on Will tonight. The second team foul for the Dogs in this first quarter. 2:32 left. 14-7. And Couples misses that one short. And Couples redeems himself and makes the second. In the corner, McDonald tries a three, short, and Couples with the board.
Will's got to be smart here. He's picked up that first. We don't want him to pick up the second.
Couples pulls over Qualls, rattles out, Puckett tips it, and Dylan comes up with it. It's a foot race now. On a break, Qualls steps through, off balance, doesn't get it to roll. That's rebounded by Brooks. Under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. England steps up, mid-range 2, rattles out. Brooks with the rebound, doesn't get the putback, and there's Puckett on the rebound. Brown steps into a three, pretty open look, won't go. Oh, and McDonald is drugged to the ground.
Yeah.
They're going to get number 34, Jace England.
He's saying Will grabbed him, but it kind of looked the other way around to me.
First foul called on the Panthers tonight. Coach Sinclair pleading his case. Worley inside. Mid-range 2. Too strong. Give Brooks.
Can't let him have a shot. We got lucky there. Good rebound, Will.
So a fortunate miss there for the Dogs.
He was draining them against us down there.
Oh, Will tried to drive, lost it. Nice save. Qualls to Puckett. Top of the key, missed it well off the right. But Tim gets his own rebound. He drives it.
Oh.
And that looks like a pretty good attempt at a layup there. Just doesn't get it to roll.
A little bit too much spin.
Couples pulls from the elbow. And that one rattles in. Under a minute left in the first quarter. 14-10, Dogs ahead by 4. And Will just slowing things down, letting some time run off the clock. They've bled off almost 40 seconds here. Under 20.
Riverside's going to let them have the last shot.
McDonald pump fakes a three inside to Qualls. Bounce pass to Worley, gets it to Puckett. Qualls tries from three, and he's got it. Potentially the first Dylan Qualls made three of the season. And how about a block to end the quarter? So a thrilling end to the first. Your score, Dogs 17, Panthers 10. More when we come back.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust, and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And welcome back to WNKX. The first quarter was ended by a Dylan Qualls three-pointer. Yes, you heard that right. To put the Dogs up 17-10. And it was a first quarter that felt pretty evenly matched. I would say maybe 65% of it controlled by the Dogs.
The difference in that, we hit 3 threes. We're hitting some outside shots. When we do that, our game's rolling the way it's supposed to be. Against East and Lewis County, we just couldn't get those shots to fall.
So Riverside with a chance to cut into the 7-point deficit to start the quarter. There's a corner three on the way. Whistle blows.
It's an illegal screen right there. Number 22, Will was trying to get through to challenge a shot in the corner, and 22 kept moving on that screen.
That was Thatcher Cruz there called for the foul. Brown directing traffic, gives to McDonald right. Across the way to Puckett. Oh, tries to force a pass back to Brown. Knocked away by Vaughn. Here's the break, and that shot is denied. And that riled up the crowd here at J.E. Cisco.
That was a double block right there.
And Cruz tries to go up and over. Missed it by a fair margin, and there's Puckett on the rebound. Qualls gives Brown wide open three off the back of the rim. McDonald with the offensive board. Goes to Puckett. Puckett with a wide open three. That one misses. So Tim Puckett with a couple of pretty uncharacteristically rough misses to start this game.
Yeah.
Couple spins through. Spins, that's a beautiful shot from Jack Couples. We see Taylor Hutchison in the game as well for the first time. He's in for Brody Worley. McDonald, open look from the wing. He misses too long, and that's rebounded by Couples. And Ron, it's a little strange given how many good shooters the Dogs have and how many open looks they've gotten. And Couples rattles out the three.
They've watched the last few games, and they know we haven't been shooting well. So they're inviting us into those quick shots like that. And if you go cold, all of a sudden they're going to make some runs and go back in the game. I'd like to see us move the ball around. They're kind of in a 1-3-1 zone. Actually, it's 2-1-2.
Puckett, good look. Can't capitalize again. Rebounded by Brown. McDonald tries a three. This one no good. And Couples with a rebound. And he lets it fly down the floor to a wide open Vaughn. There's Cruz to Vaughn in the corner. Pull it back to Cruz. Working inside. Steps through. A lot of physical ball being played underneath the basket. There's Jace England. and launches that ball high over the backboard.
He got the foul, though. Hey, Tim, shoot quick. Shoot quick.
I'm sorry, Ron, did you say something? England's the line. Makes the first. So, Ron, I heard you tell Tim to shoot quick. Is that when he's sort of in his rhythm whenever he's not thinking about it or slowing himself down? What's the...
He's taking a little bit extra time on his shot, and it's messing up his arch.
That second one doesn't get a roll. Tipped by Major Qualls, who's in the game. Feels like this is the first time we're seeing him in some time, and a timeout called by Coach Dawson. We're
going to need big minutes from him, Taylor Hutchinson. Those guys haven't been on the floor in a while, but tonight we're going to need them to put in some good minutes.
So 17-13 going into this timeout. Hickman County up front by 4. I couldn't help but notice, Ron, Coach Dawson sporting a new trim out there on the sideline.
Yeah, I had to look twice when I saw him today. I thought we had a new coach.
They want that Carter Goodwin special, the buzz cut. Into the style choice, a superstitious choice. Maybe we're overthinking it a little bit. Looking good, Coach. Hickman County with possession out of the timeout. McDonald in the corner and a walk. Pretty easy call there by the officials. In these last few games, even when Will hasn't been shooting the best from the three-point line, it seems like his best offense has been driving to the rim.
He's still been able to tag, get to the rim, get to the foul line. That's what you want to try to do.
Brooks drives. Nice move and a scoop for 2.
Someone step up, take a charge right there, and not try to block a shot. We should have had somebody there.
Brooks maneuvering his way through traffic. Makes it a one-possession game. Ball in the corner with Qualls. Passes to the other Qualls. McDonald pump fakes a corner 3. Wants to go baseline. Gives to Brown. Worley fires from 3. This one short off the front rim. Rebounded by Couples. And England hits the floor. Wanted a foul. Doesn't get one. Open inside. Gives to England off the glass for 2. And we're tied at 17. A 4.5 to play in the first half. Quickly to Worley, left wing. Goes wing to wing.
Got to have some dribble penetration.
Worley fires to Brown. Up top to Major Qualls, misses it left. McDonald rebound, left-handed putback is no good, and a couple of bodies go down. It was Cruz and McDonald on top of one another, no call. Couples, drives, baseline, patiently waiting, and the reverse layup doesn't go. Rebounded by Brody Worley a couple of times now. Worley's gotten some physical rebounds.
We've needed them.
McDonald gets crashed on quick by Lunsford. Dylan Qualls had that 3 earlier. Now Brody tries from 3. This one misses. And a great putback by McDonald. What a play.
He could have had an and one right there.
I believe that's the first time Hickman County has scored this quarter.
I believe you're right.
And it's after almost 5 minutes had passed, just over 3 left. England fires from 3. The southpaw misses.
Brody's rebounding well.
That's going to be a foul called on Thatcher Cruz underneath. That'll be the second foul called on Cruz tonight.
It's like they're dropping back to a 1-2-2.
Worley now in the corner. Back to Qualls. Inside. Goes off the glass. Doesn't go. Rebounded by England. Now Riverside trying to push it in a hurry. It's Brooks. England fires from deep. This one rattles out. McDonald went for the rebound and Landon Vaughn swats it out of his hands, so it'll stay with the red and white. Carter Goodwin checking in for Braden Brown, and this is the first time we've really seen Carter Goodwin in a while with some varsity minutes early in a game. And I would argue he was a very vital part to this team's success early on in the season. Inside the Qualls, takes a dribble and has it knocked away. Tries to knock it out of Couples' hands. He stays with it. Couples spins. McDonald jabs it out. Some friendly fire. England bumps into Couples. Riverside still has the ball. Three-pointer no good. Couples with the rebound. It's a fight under the goal and a foul.
It's good hustle there by Qualls. Not giving Couples any room.
That foul goes against Major Qualls, his first. Couples long two over Dylan Qualls, and he buries it. Under 2 minutes to play in the half. Driving through Worley, put back by Qualls, no good.
Whoa!
And they're going to say Riverside ball.
I mean, it was a trick of my eye. I thought he went for the rebound and touched it. May have been off Dylan.
So 19-19. Brooks tried to spin through, had it knocked out. Floats it out to England. Outside the arc, goes right to Brooks. Brooks spins through traffic, goes to the corner. Lunsford spins over Worley, short. And Goodwin showing off the hops, securing that rebound. Major Qualls, corner three, hits off the side of the backboard, but that makes for an easy two for Will McDonald on the rebound
in
and
the right
putback.
spot at the right time.
Couples to Vaughn, and Vaughn splashes a three. 22-21 with under a minute, Panthers in the lead. Goodwin sees a lane, takes it, and that shot doesn't fall. And these are shots we normally see the Dogs get. Just some bad fortune tonight.
Right there. That's a charge. Right. Oh.
And a walk.
Yeah, he caught a walk. Should have been a charge.
But if you're Hickman County, I suppose you'll take the possession.
Well, you want the charge there. That's their best player.
Under 30 seconds in the half. $15 seconds. McDonald tries to force it inside to Dylan Qualls. Nobody home. Brooks drives over Major Qualls. Doesn't get it. Rebounded by Vaughn. The putback is good. And that's how the half will end. Riverside taking some momentum into the break. Panthers 24, Dogs 21. When we come back, we'll hear from the coach of the Hickman County Lady Bulldogs, Gavin Gordon. Don't go anywhere.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust, and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And welcome back to WNKX. We are joined by the head coach of the Lady Dogs, Coach Gavin, Gordon, and Ron. As always, I'll turn it over to you.
Coach, tough win tonight, but you need one of these games before you go into the tournament. It's hard to. We talked about it. You know, your first 3 rounds weren't very close in the district, so you needed a couple of these gritty wins. Talk about the players, the plays that kind of led to executing that final 4 minutes, that final quarter to pull out the win.
Yeah, it was a great stretch. We couldn't buy a bucket in the first half. A lot of easy shots around the rim. A lot of contact that I don't think was being called, but that's okay. We just talked about how shots are going to fall. We need to attack. I think down the stretch, I think Rachel Puckett came in and played well defensively. Carly hit a couple big shots right there towards the end, and we knocked down free throws. A couple big rebounds from Zoe as well. Just overall down the stretch, I thought we executed really, really well for not being such a great game for us overall, but definitely close ones is what we needed.
Now, Coach, before we let you go, I want to talk about one player in particular who's really been an X factor for you guys with this game and then the game on Friday against Lewis County. That's Carly Everett. She had, I believe, her career high in points against Lewis on Friday with around 22 points, I believe, give or take. And then tonight, she really stepped up and had a tear in that second half. A couple of big-time threes, a couple of tough buckets inside as well. Just talk about her as a player.
I can't speak highly enough about her. She's a 6 a.m.er every morning in here. I gotta roll out of bed and get here, and half the time she beats me here. Just works hard. She's confident in her shot, but she's earned it through the reps that she's put in. And just down the stretch tonight, she played well above her years and was just calm, cool, and collected and knocked them down the stretch.
Well, we know this is the final week of the regular season. It goes by so fast. And as we mentioned earlier with the previous matchups, the first time you met Riverside, it was a blowout, but this time it was a tough battle. First time you met East Hickman, it was a blowout, but the second time this Friday, how do you prepare for that game to try to replicate the first game's success?
Yeah, we're going to come in. We got a couple little tweaks we're going to throw in for them. I think it takes a little bit of pressure off that game because we clinched first place tonight. So just coming in and understanding that every game matters still. I'm sure East is going to be ready to go and want to get one back. Just going to have to play hard, play every possession, don't take a possession off, and just do the little things. And we do little things right, we're a tough team to beat.
Well, thank you very much, Coach, for taking the time to be with us here tonight. We'll be right back in a few moments for the second half from J.E. Cisco. We've got 60 seconds to go until we resume with the second half from J.E. Cisco. And Ron, it was a pretty low-scoring first half, 24-21, Riverside ahead.
Well, we had a high-scoring first quarter. We scored 17 points, and then the second quarter we scored 4. And the difference in the quarters was the first quarter we hit 3 threes. The second quarter we couldn't hit anything. And so, that's if the majority of our offense is going to come from outside, we've got to start hitting those shots to win.
But also, to Riverside's credit, they were putting together a much better offense in that second quarter of play. Of course, they did outscore us 14-4 in that second quarter, and that doesn't happen by accident. There's a lot of talent over there on that Panthers side. Of course, Jack Couples hit a couple of big-time shots. Colt Brooks has been a game changer for this Riverside team this season. But also, there's a lot of guys that are really good and solid role players on that Riverside bench. We've seen guys like Landon Vaughn step up and be a ball handler, Aiden Lunsford be a ball handler, and even Jace England has taken some threes, hasn't found much success shooting the ball, but he is willing to take those shots. So Hickman County's going to have to respect this Riverside offense going forward.
They've got a solid team, and the thing Hickman County's got to understand is every team's coming in. Right now, it's almost like they're playing harder than us. And that's something we've got to change. We've got to play with the same intensity as these teams that are coming in.
And Hickman County, after having 2 consecutive appearances in the state tournament, that is going to put a target on your back whenever you face off against these teams. They're going to want to beat you. And over these last few games that we've seen, it seems like the opponent has had just that energetic edge to them.
Yeah, that's where we got to match it.
McDonald tries to start off hot, and he does. A triple for Will McDonald to start the second half. And we're tied at 24 in the first 10 seconds. Vaughn fires. Lunsford at the free throw line. Bounce pass to Brooks in the corner. Brooks goes corner to corner. Now gives way to Lunsford. Brown with a turnover. He's driving. And he takes it himself. Touches it in for 2. Little 5-0 start for the Dogs. 26-24, another turnover.
Braden Brown got his hand on that one, too.
Hickman County starting off hot on both ends. Qualls from the free throw line. McDonald, corner 3, and Will's feeling it to start the third.
Quick timeout there. Good start right here by the Dogs. They have intensity on defense, hitting shots on offense. That's what we need.
So a timeout taken by Coach Sinclair, and they have got punched in the mouth to start the second half.
Well, it's the first minute. There's a lot of time. Bulldogs have to keep up that intensity.
Hickman County on an 8-0 run, courtesy of a couple of Will McDonald threes and a Braden Brown floater. But to Ron's point, only 1 minute has passed in this third quarter. A lot's happened in a little time. Riverside trying to get on the board for the first time this half. There's Couples, right wing.
Bulldogs have gone to a little 2-3 zone also. Kind of looks like a zone anyway.
Who bounce pass to Lunsford, dangerous. To Vaughn, inside to England, blocked by Worley. McDonald wants to take it himself.
No foul.
And has it blocked. Lunsford drives, jump stop, out. 3 on the way from Vaughn. Rattles out, rebounded by Worley. Vaughn tried to gamble on the pass. Now Hickman County starting some ball movement. McDonald feeling it, and he's got another.
Good job, Will, coming out. Taking charge this quarter. We needed it.
Couples fires from 3, and he's got one of his own.
That's probably the guy we can't leave open.
McDonald dribbles left, goes back to Brown. Walls being double teamed.
Balance it out, balance it out.
Finds McDonald. Steps through, off the glass, and Will McDonald has been a force of nature in this third quarter.
Nice little screen there by Tim to get him on the flare, and then Will took it off the dribble and scored.
And Puckett got a hand on it. He's hustling, and it hits the sideline, but a great effort by number 3.
Got to find 5 here. Got to find 5.
There's Couples. Being double teamed, wide open man, dishes, England. Too strong on the layup. And
Worley with another big rebound tonight.
And he pulls up to a stop, and that'll be a walk. So what'd you see right there, Ron? On that call?
He was trying to kind of no-look him to the side. He jumped, stopped, stepped right, then stepped left. Stepped with the right foot, stepped with the left foot.
4.5 to play in the third. Lunsford. Pass inside to England, and he gets it to go. Qualls to Puckett. And there's that quick release we've come to love from Tim Puckett.
That looked more like his shot that I've seen the last several years.
His first 3 of the night. His first points of the night. To the corner. 3 ball. Off the back rim. Rebounded by McDonald. The shot attempted there by Landon Vaughn. Will steps into a 3. How about a Wendy's 4 for 4? Will McDonald, 4 threes in the third quarter.
Let's go for the second timeout in the first 4 minutes and 8 seconds. Bulldogs coming out on fire right here. When the Bulldogs are like this right here, this is when we're playing at our best. You've got outside shots going. You've got penetration going inside. Good start. This is the start I wanted to see.
And whenever Will McDonald has that confidence, that swagger about him, there are few better players in the region. So mind you, this quarter started off 21-24 with the Bulldogs trailing. Now they lead 40-29. Outscoring Riverside at 19-5 in the first 4 minutes.
Well, when you're hitting shots like that, I mean, what have we missed? 1?
Maybe.
Have we missed 1?
I think Will missed 1. Maybe.
I'm having a hard time remembering it now.
So much has happened. I don't blame you. Bounce pass inside.
Good challenge, though.
Gets stuffed by the rim.
Good
and Worley
challenge.
takes a seat on the floor.
They're back in man-to-man now.
Float to Qualls. McDonald. Oh, it rattles out.
Brody almost got the steal.
And that 3, it was still pretty on line. That just shows Will's.
It hit the front center of the rim. Good play.
Will almost with a steal, and he takes a tumble.
Good hustle right there.
Putting his
do you
body
see the difference in intensity on defense, though? The first half, we were just kind of standing around, letting that pass happen. Now we're flying. We're covering lanes. We get beat, and we're still challenging shots.
I don't know what that halftime speech was from Coach Dawson, but he lit a fire. That shot's high, blocked. Cruz is blocked by Qualls. Couples with a putback. This one's good.
Dylan's going to get called for a foul on that, too.
And the referee seemed to indicate that he was throwing an elbow, I believe, is what.
I think he got his elbows high on the box out and kind of hooked him and knocked the guy down.
So now the officials discuss, because Couples did make the basket, but it wasn't a shooting foul.
Well, the basket's good, but with the foul being on us, it should be Parsons or Riverside's ball underneath.
the bucket will count. It will be Riverside's ball. Brooks in the corner, quick three, short. And Hickman County wanting it over the back, doesn't get it. Under 3 minutes to play in the third. Couples wants to go baseline. Patiently waits and puts up a shot for two. Qualls takes it. Too strong. Brown got a hand on it.
What a rebound by Brody.
Great effort.
Braden.
And Brody Worley caps it off with a three. Shooting is contagious. On a blind pass, looking for Cruz, and it goes out of bounds. And a whistle and a timeout by Coach Dawson. Dogs up by double digits, 43-33 with 2:08 left on WNKX on Facebook, YouTube, or the Access Tennessee app, available on Roku devices.
This might be a little break that Coach Dawson's wanting to give them. Things got a little heated there that last minute, so it's also an opportunity to just kind of cool people down, make sure nothing goes over.
Cooler heads prevail, as they say. And Hickman County's been going pedal to the metal for all 6 minutes of this third quarter so far. Wall steps through. And they get a foul, potentially preventing a walk as well.
I was wondering if they were going to call a walk because the referees are kind of staring at each other.
Hickman County benefits from it. Qualls on Cruz, takes it himself, misses, put back, and one for number one.
It's a way to stick with it right there, Dylan.
That'll be the third foul called on number 22, Thatcher Cruz. And Qualls can't complete the three-point play, but Puckett tips it to Qualls. Puckett has it back. That three misses off the front iron, and Cruz down the floor. Cruz has a lane. Has it ripped out by Qualls, and that goes off the leg.
Nice play by Braden Brown right there.
Of Brooks.
Going out of bounds, threw it back off the leg of Brooks. Great hustle.
It all started with a shot block / strip by Dylan Qualls and capped off by a Braden Brown hustle play. And this is the Bulldog team we know and love. Screen by Qualls, Brown. Puckett goes to Worley.
Oh, what a take.
And Brown drives, and right there, Jack
Jackson.
Couple, he had his eyes on McDonald trying to follow him.
Yeah.
The moment he turned his head, Brown drives. Tremendous basketball.
Braden made that quick jab step right, got his guy to go, and then just crossed him over to the rim.
Couples drives, pulls right elbow, missed. Owen.
Big rebound by Will.
McDonald gets
going through
hacked
a lot
over
of
the shoulder.
contact right there. But you know what I like right now? Is we're just going through it. We're not complaining, we're just playing.
Worley, quick catch release. Off the back iron, rebounded by Brooks. We've got 30 seconds left in the third. Brooks over Qualls, misses. Qualls tips it. It's on the floor. And Worley's got it.
So right now, Dylan's playing the role of Tyler McKinnon inside, doing a good job of challenging shots at the rim.
Few buckets have been made over his outstretched arms, and a great night for Qualls so far on that end. 10 seconds left in the third. Qualls wants to drive off the glass, missed it. Couples has 3 seconds to make something happen. Pulls, and he just misses it off to the left, and that's how the third quarter will end. 8 minutes to go to decide a winner in this district game when we come back.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust, and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And welcome back to WNKX. We're about to be underway with the fourth quarter. And Ron, that was a dominant third from the Bulldogs. They scored more in that third quarter than they did the entire first half.
So they outscored Riverside 26-9 right there. Will McDonald with a big 14 points and 4 threes. But the difference also in that we had 5 different people who scored in that quarter.
And it started in that early third quarter. A lot of Bulldog turnovers forced. And there's another one. And Brown's going the other way. Stepping through, floater, short. Brown's got his own rebound. Goes to McDonald. Will drive, steps through. Layup missed. Worley's got the putback. And Brody Worley's had some big-time plays, some good blocks.
I'm going to say he's approaching 10 rebounds right now.
Well, that'll be an and one. Driving through the lane was Colt Brooks. So Brody Worley's been blocking well. He's been shooting pretty well. And he's been rebounding exceptional.
Got to do a better job right there of stopping penetration.
Brooks looking to cap off a three-point play. Worley called for his second foul of the evening. And Brooks rattles it home.
I think that was Dylan, actually.
Oh, that was Dylan, yes, his second foul. Brown drives, spins, off the glass. Oh, just
nice move right there. Almost got the and one.
Will still result in 2 shots for number 2. That's the first foul tonight, called on Landon Vaughn, number 12 of Riverside. And Brown's got the first. And Brown misses it off the left side of the rim. And Couples now up the floor. When Puckett got a hand on the pass, it's going to stay with Brooks, though. And Tim Puckett's done that a couple times tonight. Oh, dishes to England, wasn't ready for it, took it off the face, and Qualls another block. Puckett goes for the save, but to no avail. Driving through, Brooks missed it. Puckett on the rebound. Qualls looking for help and has Puckett. Back to Brown. Qualls drives left around England, swings it to the corner. Quick pass, McDonald. Just missed it. Worley runs it down, fires, open Brown, steps into a 3. Missed it. Oh, and England hit the floor hard, and I believe his head just bounced off the ground. That
hurt.
That was nasty. And hopefully he's okay.
It's good hustle right there.
I mean,
I didn't see the contact. I was watching the ball, but I heard it.
he immediately clutched at his head too, and that's scary. So I believe England's going to take a break. And England's walking away with a coach. They may have to take him into concussion protocol.
Bulldogs need a score here. You really don't want to get Riverside back inside 10 points and let them think they have a chance.
Ooh, and a pretty slow bounce pass. Looking for Puckett in the corner. Couples denies it. Couples in the paint. Backing down, over Qualls, and a beautiful shot from Jack Couples.
Nice little fadeaway.
The lead is now 10 points for the Dogs, and Couples with a reach in, and he fouls. And that is the first foul tonight for Jack Couples. McDonald guarded closely by Couples. Finds Qualls up top. Goes right to Worley. Worley step back, pump fakes a three, fires inside. An open Will McDonald. And he had him, Ron.
He had him. Will had already cut. Brody didn't hit him, so Will started to move out, and that was when Brody decided to throw it.
So not timed up there. Need a bit more synchronicity. Oh, that's blocked by Worley. Brown's got it. Gets it out to McDonald.
Come on, corners and slow it down.
Qualls. Bounce pass to Brown on the cut. A nice job by Vaughn to hang with him.
Gonna have to be strong with the ball. Riverside's getting a little aggressive and physical. Referees in the girls' game let them do that.
Brown drives, and a layup. Couples pulls. It's good. And a timeout called by Coach Sinclair, trying to just savor some of this momentum generated by the Couples three.
Well, Couples is starting to feel it, and he's a really good player. So when he starts to feel it, we may need to go back to what we were doing that first half, start sending doubles at him, start getting the ball out of his hands.
And earlier in this game, the only shots Couples was really able to find, he had some tough mid-range buckets, but other than that, Hickman County did a nice job of covering him. But in crunch time, you know what they say, big-time players perform in big-time moments, and this is going to be a big-time moment in these last 4 minutes for Riverside.
These last 4 minutes, you know, we have the 10-point lead, so they have to be aggressive. They have to take chances. And we're going to have to be able to match the intensity and take advantage of them when they take those chances. Let me take a minute just to remind everybody, district tournament does start next week. It's at Lewis County. For all of those at home watching this game in bed, it's always better live.
I agree. I mean, we here at WNKX always encourage people to pack the stands, support your dogs in person. But we're always here if you need us. And Ron, somebody who's been held relatively silent this game has been number 33, Colt Brooks. He almost couldn't miss a three when Hickman County was on the road in Decatur, and tonight hasn't had the same success.
Well, I think one of the things is we had a little bit of a scouting report on him, and we kind of knew a little bit more of what he was going to do. He kind of surprised us up there.
And it's easy for teams to become tunnel visioned on one player in your scouting report. You know, I'm sure Jack Couples.
When you have a guy like Jack Couples that, you know, he scored over 1,000 points. He's one of the leading scorers in the area. That's who you're going to focus on.
Under 4 minutes to play. That's going to be a foul called against number 14, Aiden Lunsford. And
Bulldogs will be shooting free throws from here on out.
And Ron, what I've noticed, since he's been able to keep himself in check foul-wise, Couples has been able to play a lot more aggressive defense in the late third and now into the fourth quarter.
Well, they're really trying. If you'll watch, like right there, that foul right there, when we put the ball on the floor, they're trying to lean into us a little bit, hoping the referees will let them get away with it. Some officials will. These guys in this game have called that.
So Lunsford was called for his second foul. Couples now called for his second. McDonald now at the line.
Referee and the coach in a little argument over there. I hope that bodes better for us in the future. They're still talking.
And McDonald's got the first, misses the second, and Ron, a technical here would be detrimental for Riverside, especially in the middle of trying to mount a comeback.
Well, the Dogs have to be careful here because it's 5-1 right now, so you're going to see a touch foul, little makeup foul right here. See, Dillon did a good job right there, hands straight up, nothing they could call. Good rebound by Will.
Hickman County playing some smart basketball in this second half. McDonald goes around Couples, drives, left hand off the glass, missed, but Qualls flies in and keeps the possession alive. Under 3 minutes to play in the fourth. Ooh, McDonald lost it, but recovers nicely. Hickman County content with draining some time here. McDonald drives, baseline, bounce past the Qualls. Dillon touches it up and in. 55-42. Riverside drives, missed it. And those are the layups that the Panthers need at this juncture.
At this point, they're going to have to get some steals or something. The Bulldogs take care of it. Don't have to have that, but it goes in.
And he gets the roll off the front of the rim, and Will McDonald adds on to his stellar performance.
Had a great night tonight.
Brooks pulls. He misses. Nothing falling for the Panthers. Qualls drives. He takes it, and it is pouring right now for the Dogs, pouring it on Riverside. 59-42, and a timeout is called. And Ron, it feels like the Dogs are starting to pull away here.
Well, the Dogs started pulling away when the third quarter started. They came out the third quarter. They played defense. They hit shots. And really, from that moment on, there's not a moment that I felt like that Riverside was making a run. They hit a few shots, but there was never a moment that I felt like, oh, they're getting back into the game.
So it's been one of the best halves I think we've seen of Hickman County basketball in some weeks.
Yeah, the last one I'm thinking of may have been Waverly.
Well, that first half at Waverly was...
The first half they played at Waverly was just phenomenal. And that's the thing. And you got to understand, we're doing this without two of our top 7 players. But that's what's so dangerous about this team. When they come out and they play with the grit and the determination and the hustle that they're playing with tonight, they're hard to beat. But they've just got to get to where they do that every night, and they don't let a couple of bad possessions affect their psyche.
On the floor for the first time, number 1, Blake Smith. And that ball misses by a lot, rebounded by Puckett. And Ron, I believe, the more inexperienced guys of Riverside in this game, Coach Sinclair, I suppose, waving the white flag. That's a foul called.
That was a foul to get the younger guys in for the last minute.
Now, Ron, I meant to tell you earlier in the JV game, the JV Dogs were able to come out victorious. We also saw a Dane Gilbert 3 in the JV game, but will we see one in the varsity game?
Let's see one in the varsity game, fellas.
Deep 3 on the way. Too strong. It's loose. And it's kept alive by Cody Brasher. Got 50 seconds left in this one. Driving inside is Smith on Goodwin. Gives back out to Beasley. On Goodwin, almost forcing a turnover. In the paint. Ball back out. Under 30 seconds to play. At this rate, these younger Dogs may not see an offensive possession.
Yeah.
Blocked by Karsten Weber.
We got the last 16 seconds.
Gilbert to Goodwin.
Oh, give it to him.
And Dane was open, but Karsten Weber knocking down the 2. And a deep 3. Wow, a buzzer beater shot. And that bucket's going to count. So a moral victory there for Riverside as this one comes to an end. And what a second half it was for these Bulldogs, propelling themselves to yet another district win. Hickman County improves to 18-4. My goodness, my dyslexia kicked in there, Ron. Hickman County improves from 14-7 to 15-7, 4-1 in the district, while Riverside falls 10-13, 2-3 in the district. So a big game this Friday against these East Hickman Eagles as they continue to battle trying to secure the #1 seed in the district. So, folks, we're going to step away for one last commercial break. When we come back, Ron and I will break down what we saw in this one, and hopefully we'll get to hear from Coach Dawson. Don't go anywhere.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family, Heritage Bank and Trust, and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And welcome back to WNKX. Hickman County victorious over Riverside 63-45 as we enter into our post-game show. And Ron, I know the story of this one was the second half, but what did you see in that one for the Bulldogs?
Well, the second half, the Bulldogs came out, played intense basketball, hit shots, played at really the top of their ability that second half. It was just a really, really good second half where they were clicking on all cylinders.
I'm looking over the stat sheet here. The name that jumps out at us first is Will McDonald, and what a night he had scoring for these Bulldogs. He had a pretty decent first half, but boy, did he come alive in the second.
Well, the first part of that third quarter, he hit 3 straight threes to kind of start that run, kind of get the energy up, and all of a sudden everybody's feeling pretty good. And then you had guys like Brody Worley that kicked in 7 points, Dylan Qualls kicked in 6, Braden Brown kicked in 7. Tim hit a 3 there. So, it was just a solid game, solid effort right there.
And I think we could talk about this game beyond just the points scored. I think Brody Worley really played a pivotal factor in this win for these Bulldogs. His rebounding was probably the best we've seen from him this season, I would argue.
Brody was key in that. Even defensively, he was moving, his hands were active, but he pulled off some big physical boards where guys, a lot of times this year I've seen Brody go up for rebounds and somebody bumped him. He kind of fell off the rebound. Tonight he was going through other guys. He was creating the contact, and he was pulling down those boards.
So a great night for Worley. I mean, he even added in some blocks as well. So all in all, a great night for Brody. I know he likes to shoot that 3 ball, but he's really dangerous at multiple levels of this game. He's good at defense. He's good at Rebounding, as we've already talked about, but he's good at those mid-range shots as well. I think that's where he's been most on point scoring-wise for Hickman County, barring the few games he's had where he's just gone ballistic shooting threes. But let's talk about Dylan Qualls as well. He had a tall task in front of him tonight, of course, without Tyler McKinnon or Kylan Seal. So what did we see from Dylan tonight?
Well, one of the things we kind of wondered tonight is if we would have a presence defensively in the middle without Tyler McKinnon. And Dylan did a really good job of being that physical presence in the middle, going up, challenging shots. I don't know, he had several blocks tonight, but he also had several shots that he altered. And the thing I noticed, a lot of times when you alter shots, it's hard to get the rebound sometimes. But most of the times tonight when Dylan went up and altered the shot, we had somebody there to clean up the board. So I thought that was a really big key defensively, the second half especially, is having that physical presence in the middle.
Well, and Dylan's really been I don't want to call him a breakout player because he was expected to be one of the leaders on this team. But I think he has gone above and beyond this season for the Bulldogs, arguably been their best player, if not one of their best players, able to drive inside and score tough buckets. I mean, when you talk about guys that can create space on this team, he's got to be top of the list.
You know, he does a good job of being able to attack the rim, finish around the rim. That's kind of his game. He likes that physical, that contact.
I'm looking down at the list as well. Tim Puckett has just 1 3, but Tim, he's also one of those guys that can produce just beyond shooting threes. And now that is his specialty. I think we could both agree on that. But there were several times tonight where Tim was jumping passes. He's very quick. He has a very high basketball IQ. He seems like he knows where the ball is going before the offense even knows where it's going on the defensive side of the ball. So he's jumped some passes tonight. He's even secured some rebounds. He's been one of the big rebounders, arguably, this season.
Tim's done a really good job rebounding. He had some big boards tonight, pulling down boards in traffic. But he had a couple of other plays defensively, giving help on couples, being able to get some hands, some deflections. And, you know, that's what basketball is. It's playing as a team. Some nights you're not shooting well. Some nights you're shooting really bad. Other nights you're shooting really well. But when you got 5, 6, 7, 8 guys that are playing hard, most things it's going to work out well for your team.
Well, we've said this over and over throughout the course of this season that Hickman County is a team that plays best when the energy levels are high. And tonight was really just that on full display. The first half, playing a little bit sluggish, not hustling as much as they could. But then, whatever Coach Dawson said at the half, this team was rejuvenated. They were hitting shots, and whenever they're hitting shots, you can see the defense just improve so much as a result. I mean, Will McDonald lit a fire under this team with those early third-quarter threes. Braden Brown had a big floater as well that fell for 2. And, I mean, these guys are so fun to watch when they're having fun on the floor. And that begs a question that I have for you, Ron. Now, the importance of Tyler McKinnon and Kylan Seal cannot be overstated. They're very important, very good players in the post. But when you see how good this Hickman County team played in the second half with a certain group of guys, how do you think that alters Coach Dawson's lineup going into Friday's game against East and going into the district tournament?
I mean, I don't think it alters his lineup. You know, the Bulldogs have been good with the lineup that he's had. What it probably does put into the back of his head is, hey, if things aren't going really well, I've got, you know, here's another lineup that I can use that does really well.
Well, and it was the last game that Hickman County had before the extended 2-week hiatus from school. It was against East Hickman. And I think that boys game surprised a lot of people. I mean, you look at the two teams' records, and you know everyone probably thought, well, Hickman County's going to go in here and make short work of East, but that couldn't have been any further from the truth. So how does Hickman County need to build off the success tonight and try to avoid a close game on Friday?
Well, you come out with the intensity that you had that third quarter. You know, there's been a history of us having really tight games at East. It's a tough gym, big crowd. The shooting background's a little bit different. For some reason, we hardly ever shoot in it. But normally when we get back in this gym, things change. So I think you really don't change much. You might talk a little bit about some wrinkles to attack that zone that they ran against us. But again, if you hit shots, that zone's not going to be very effective. We just didn't hit shots up there.
And that's sort of been a recurring theme in this East Hickman County battle. Each team clearly plays better when they're at their respective gym, at their respective school. And last year we saw East Hickman play a tough ball game in their own gym. Same thing this year. But then last year, when Hickman County came back home in J.E. Cisco, I mean, they blew the doors off of East Hickman. Now looking to do something similar on Friday. But if you're Hickman County, you got to always expect a tough war when you face the black and blue.
Well, again, it's a rivalry game. And, you know, they're going to come out and they're going to give us their best game. The thing, you know, it's always easier playing in your home gym. It's the gym you practice in. It's the gym you shoot in every day. And so that's just kind of a built-in advantage. But you've still got to be able to come up, show up, play hard.
And something else we should probably make a note of is Hickman County was originally supposed to have a game on Thursday, but that game has since been canceled. They were supposed to go up against McEwen. Now, McEwen's a very good school. That would have been a very fun game to watch, but unfortunately, with all the schedule changes and the mix-ups of the last few weeks,
Well, I think when you look at it, you're trying to get ready for the tournament now. If you play a game Thursday, Friday, and then you have to turn around, girls have to play their first game on Tuesday in the district tournament. You know, you're trying to rest your players here at the end of the season and go in healthy.
And this has been such a strange season as well. I can't remember the last time I've kept up with Hickman County sports, either during my high school career or after my high school career, that these dogs haven't played against Harpeth in a single season. It's felt like there's been a void in that rivalry without that matchup, at least as prominently as it's been in the past. Of course, we played Harpeth probably, 5-6 times last season. Now this time it's not as much.
We got them several times, 4 times, I guess, last year.
But now it's time that we hear from the head coach of the Hickman County Bulldogs, Coach Dawson. And Ron, as always, I'll turn this one over to you.
Coach Dawson, I don't know what you said at halftime, but you need to bottle it. And you need to make sure that you, have that in for a halftime speech, because the difference in intensity between the first half and the second half was remarkable. Of course, you come out, hit a couple of threes, but talk about that difference in intensity.
I don't know. I mean, I'm like you, Coach. If I knew what button to push to get that to happen every night, I'd push it every night. We try to get guys playing, and that was, in the pregame we talked about playing with a lot of enthusiasm. But when you can't hit a shot, it's awful hard sometimes to maintain that enthusiasm. We talked the other night about finding other ways to win when we don't shoot well after having a disappointing night at Lewis County, and at halftime I basically challenged them and said, hey, it's the same situation. Like, we got to get on the glass hard, we got to guard harder, and we got to move the ball and move people. Like, we were a little stagnant against that zone, and we were struggling to hit a shot. And I'm just really proud of our guys, because it's hard to turn things around when you're, that's about a 2.5 game stretch of struggling. And there was no struggle in the second half.
No, everything started rolling. So, going into this game, of course, one of the questions in everybody's mind is you don't have Tyler McKinnon, you don't have Kylan Sill. What's that inside post presence going to look like? And I thought your guys tonight, Dylan Qualls, Brody Worley, really stepped up, played a really physical game with that inside post presence. Talk about what, how they were factors in the game.
Oh, yeah. We had talked like one guy is not going to make up for the absence of Tyler and Colin. It had to be everyone pitching in, and I look at the stat sheet right here, and I can see Braden Brown had 5 rebounds. Tim Puckett had 6 rebounds. Will McDonald, he had 12 rebounds. Brody Worley had 9, and Dylan had 7. So, we got on the glass hard in the second half by committee, and they – they had some second chance points in the first half. I don't know that they had any in the second. They were one and done, and we got on the offensive glass as well in the second half. So just a real good effort. That, like, rebounding and defense are about effort and want to, and we showed a lot of want to and some effort finally in that second half tonight.
I think one of the things that impressed me most about this game, not only the fact that you were able to recover so well after a pretty lackluster game on Friday against Lewis County, but whenever you guys were on the road against Riverside, it was a pretty tight ball game, pretty low-scoring game. Both teams were in the 50s, I believe. And there were some players for Riverside that were game changers on the road that weren't as much, I think, of Colt Brooks, namely number 33. So was there a game plan specifically to go in and kind of shut down those guys, giving them more respect this time around?
Well, my game plan wasn't very good because it didn't work real well in the first half. And, watching them on film, it kind of seeing teams that played zone, it seemed to take them a little out of their offensive rhythm. They got some guys that can shoot the ball, so you'd think that's going to be effective against the zone. But at the same time, their offense didn't flow as well in the zone. And we had a plan to try and kind of run a second defender at couples in the first half, and it worked for a while, but then they did a good job. They caught us a couple times not in rotation. And in the second half, we switched to the 2-3 zone, but we were really active out of it, and we did a good job of locating their most dangerous guys and making it difficult on them as well. So the defensive change helped, but it was more our guys' effort than anything else. Like, our communication got a lot better. Our effort got a lot better. We were a lot more connected on the defensive end, I thought, in the second half. So kudos to our guys. I'm really proud of our effort tonight.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for your analysis and for taking time to be with us here tonight, and good luck on Friday in the final game of the regular season against East Hickman.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Coach Puckett.
And now we're joined by the player that Coach Dawson has selected to be with us, and he tried to sneak away, but we're not going to let you. And it's Brody Worley, spoiler alert. I know last week you and I got to cover the middle school district championship game together, and you made the joke and said Coach Dawson said you were a better broadcaster than basketball player, which he quickly denied. And I think you've been proving that you are a heck of a basketball player. You've had a phenomenal 2026 so far. What's really clicked for you in these last few games?
The last few games, I'd say the confidence, because, I mean, my other 3 years I've struggled with confidence. I've always had the ability to play, but just the confidence and being able to, take the shots when I need to take the shots. And that's basically been what's helped me the most this season, is not be afraid to take the shots and having the confidence.
Now, Brody, we talk about your confidence as a shooter, but I would argue you contribute to this team in many other ways, one of which we saw tonight, and that was your ability to rebound. And what's sort of your mentality going into a game to have that physicality to be able to get those tough boards?
I mean, I have the height and the length and the athletic, but weight-wise, I don't weigh as much as a lot of guys down there, so I have to be real physical. I have to box out. I can't just out-jump everybody, but, I mean, a lot of times the rebound doesn't necessarily get grabbed by the guy that first gets his hands on it. It's rolling around. It's getting hit. So just keep an eye on the ball and just busting your tail to get to it.
I don't have any questions, but I thought you rebounded really well tonight. I noticed you getting rebounds tonight where guys were crawling on your back, going through your arms, and you were grabbing it and taking it away from them. And that, to me, that was really the key in the second half.
Now, Brody, one last question for you. You've got a big game Friday against East Hickman, the final game of the regular season. And the last time you guys fought, it was a pretty tough battle over in Lyles. And what's sort of your mentality going into this game on Friday? What does your preparation look like for a game of that magnitude?
Well, coming off a win like this, a pretty good win. We all played well, especially missing 2 guys. So if we'll have one of those guys back, not sure if we'll have both of them. So knowing that we have one coming back, possibly 2, just we got to play with the same effort and intensity that we played with tonight and continue to rebound and do the little things. And like we came out in the second half, we just got to adjust if we need to adjust and just continue with the intensity.
Well, Brody, thank you so much. Once again, congrats on a great performance and a big win tonight over Riverside. And that's going to be it for us here on WNKX. For Ron Puckett, I've been Josh Copley. We'll see you on Friday for the final game of the regular season right here inside J.E. Cisco Memorial Gymnasium. No better way to end the regular season than with the Crosstown Showdown. But until then, we must bid you adieu, goodbye, and good night.